And second of all, you don't forget the people who helped you, boost you up, and to help you continue whatever you're doing along the way. So I wanted to make sure that I came by. I know that there was some question of whether or not the chief was going to come. One of the things I asked Mr. Renshaw, do you want me to talk about crime? I know a little bit about that, or did you want me to talk about zoning? And I consulted with the director, Ms. Sara Bardin, sitting to my left, and said, well, I've committed myself to something, and I know I can't talk about any particular cases or any subject matter, but what can I talk about? And she came up with process. So what I'd like to do at this time, if you have process questions as we go along, I will be an answer.
I think there's an inherent conflict with the Office of Planning covering so many different roles when they work for the Deputy Mayor for Planning and Economic Development, and they're charged with implementing the Mayor's economic development agenda. And your job on the Zoning Commission is partly to act as legislators. That's what the whole ZRR was about. You write all the zoning laws. I can't imagine a legislature considering a bill that is 50 pages, let alone one that was almost 1,000 pages, and doing it without any staff. So I would really like to, I don't know what might persuade you to request it, but I think there are so many legitimate reasons. I don't know how you all have functioned all these years without independent staff, because the workload I know is enormous. Some of the PUD cases are incredibly complicated. The ZRR, believe me, I read it cover to cover about 5 or 6 different times. It was incredibly complicated as well. I really think for the public interest, you need to have your own staff.
You're here.
Well, you remember my comments when you brought that up last year, right?
You said you wouldn't refuse it.
so that'll, if you bring that up, that'll be my comments again this year.
Well, it would be great if you would add, and I think it would be a good idea. I think it would benefit us. Because I think
one thing I will say,
the chairman is moving in that direction, but I think he's got to hear it from you, not from me.
I think he needs to hear more than from me, much more than from me. Trust me.
From Sarah.
Well, maybe if everyone in this room went down there and testified and said you needed that, maybe that.
Nancy, to that point, Nancy, I was going to ask the same question, but I don't know how all this works. Structurally, it's not credible. It's not as credible as it could be, and the pronoun "we" has been used tonight a couple of times about, you know, when we were presented with the zoning rewrite, and I think there was mention of there's an oversight hearing, but that's for the Office of Zoning, not for the Zoning Commission. I mean, it's kind of a jumble here, and one of the things that would help things be much cleaner would be to know where the staff comes from and to have full clarity on that.
Well, I think that the oversight hearing, when it says Office of Zoning, it encompasses the Zoning Commission. The chairman of the Zoning Commission is always there. It encompasses the Board of Zoning Adjustment, as well as the director of the Office of Zoning, as well as the staff.
So staffing helps create a brighter line of integrity. So I'm with you, Nancy, all the way. We should testify on that.
Well, here's what I don't want to happen, because this is how it gets misconstrued. We had a meeting with Anthony Hood, and he said this, because Anthony Hood didn't say anything. But I'm just saying, that happens. My name is thrown up on a lot of stuff. Anybody from the city paper? My name shows up, and I have to review myself and see whether or not that I said some of that. And you know, I know we do have some tweeters in here and everybody else, but all I ask is that you tweet the correct stuff. Tweet what was said. Say what was said.
Here we are.
Yes.
That's all. That's all I ever ask. Tell the truth.